Let's now move on to our third main topic today. And our third main topic today gets submitted to us by Serenity Falcon, who writes, do you think that the streaming services will eventually destroy all cable and satellite companies? Once these companies no longer provide entertainment content, do you think the streaming services will increase their subscription costs to the point that we are no longer seeing any savings? All right, thanks a lot for sending in that question, Serenity. And listen, this is a big question. And it is a question I have heard people in corporate offices around the entertainment industry talking about and asking about. And it's a completely relevant question because right now these streaming services, amongst competing with themselves, are also competing against traditional television, the cable networks and stuff like that. More and more people are becoming cable cutters like I did like a decade ago. More and more people are getting these streaming services. More and more people are getting their entertainment from the streaming services. So a lot of people are heralding the coming of the end of cable. Okay, but then what happens when that occurs? What happens when Disney Plus and Netflix no longer have to worry about the attention deficit that people would have because of cable is there as well to take their attention away from the stream? What's going to happen then? And what the fear of a lot of people has been is that when cable disappears in whatever form or becomes significantly shrunk, that will open the door of opportunity for Amazon Prime, for Netflix, for Hulu, for Disney Plus to go, now, did we say $7 a month? Yeah, now it's $37 a month. What are you going to do? You're going to go watch cable? You know, there's that fear that is there. And I think that's a legitimate fear. And I think, listen, outside of the entertainment industry, guys, we have seen this play out in different industries. You know, one certain thing disappears and all of a sudden prices rise because there is less competition. Here's my general feeling on that right now as far as this goes. I think one of the things that will insulate us as consumers from that sudden price spike in our streaming services once cable goes the way of the dinosaur. And by the way, that's not about to happen tomorrow. Let's be clear about that. Cable's not going anywhere for a little while, folks. But when it does, I think one of the things that will insulate the consumer a bit is the sheer number of streaming services that are now popping up. So while the competition of cable may not be there, the fact of the matter is we've got Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime, and we're about to have Peacock, and we're about to have HBO Max, and there are more. There are more. Our friend Mark Ellis just put out a comedy special on a platform that I never even heard of.
By the way, I watched it.
I saw about 20 minutes of it the other day.
It's really good.
Of course, Mark's brilliant. Mark's one of the great comedians. Dumb as a rock, but he's one of the most brilliant comedians. I had to say that. But he is one of the best stand-up comedians I've seen in a long time. And I'm not just saying that because I know the guy. But and that was a new thing. It's like, wait a minute, what's this one? It's like, oh, that's I think Bill Burr owns that.
Love Bill Burr.
He's one of the executive producers of Ellis's comedy special.
Right, because it's his platform. So there are these new platforms popping up all the time. By the way, Ellis, you better be sending me a promo check. We're pushing your comedy special. It's called, what is it called? Dog Stepfather. Dog Stepfather. Go check it out.
And what is this streaming service that it's on that no one's ever heard of?
I cannot remember the name of it.
You're not going to get that check today then.
Yeah, that's true. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was either, but I was surprised by it.
But they put it up on YouTube.
Yeah,
they also put it up on YouTube.
So the show is called Dog
Stepfather is the name of his comedy special.
Stepfather.
And when you find out what that means, it's really good.
Okay.
It's good.
Well, if Bill Burr is attached to it, then I'm in.
So
anyway, back to what we were saying.
All these and more are coming, guys. More are coming. Because I'll tell you right now, I have been approached by, well, seriously only one, but another one kind of. I've been approached by upcoming new platforms asking me if I would like to license the John Campea Show to such and such streaming platform, to which I said no. But we have more coming. And I think, Rob, that maybe one of the things that will insulate us is the fact that we're going to have maybe not the cable competition, but there's going to be a lot of other competition for that streaming dollar. And I think that will keep things in check. I hope. I don't know, Rob, how do you see that playing out?
Well, there's a reason I called my YouTube channel The Burnett Work.
Okay, coming in 2020.
Yeah, no.
Is that one of the streaming networks that's offered to license the John Campea Show?
It might be. It might be.
No, but the idea was, I mean, I think what's so great is ultimately distribution. As long as we have platforms like YouTube or things like that, it does put it in the hands of content creators, which is kind of neat. But no, I think, look, they can't raise their prices that much. They are going to raise their prices, make no mistake. I mean, Netflix is leveraged to the hilt. They've borrowed billions of dollars to make their shows. And at one point when they reached, I heard they're going to get up to 250 million subscribers, and not that far away. And they're eventually, they raise their prices $2 or $3 a month times 250 million.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good chunk of change right there. So it really depends on how this all shakes out. I wouldn't be worried. I mean, everyone's always talking about these doomsday scenarios about, yeah, they're going to, like you said, John, $37 or whatever. They're not going to do that because competition won't let them. The more streaming services that come out, the more they're going to compete for your dollar. And they know not everybody's going to be paying $30 a streaming service a month. Nobody wants to do that. But it is a different landscape. I always look at the phone company. When was the last time you went into a phone booth and put a quarter into a payphone?
Been a while.
Been a long time. And it pretty much happened overnight. You know, it wasn't like it took a really long time. These seismic shifts in how we get our entertainment, we're seeing a huge sea change across the board. And it's interesting to watch, but I don't think we have to worry about the fact that we're going to be soaked for all of our streaming services. Because right now, it's a very competitive marketplace. And they're about to launch a bunch more. So I think for the time being, consumers are safe. But that doesn't mean in the future. But I'm not worried about it yet. And as far as cable, like you said, John, it's not going anywhere for a while.
Not imminently. Not imminently. Aaron, what do you think is going to be the response to the market, particularly with streaming service, Disney Plus, Hulu? Are we going to see massive price spikes, or are we going to see these checks and balances that keep it in line?
Well, I want to also remind everybody that we, and I don't mean we, the Hollywood community, I mean we as the viewers of your show and us, we are in a little bit of a bubble of how we consume entertainment. We have to think about how the average person is thinking of entertainment.
Right.
You know, the people who are obsessively watching Fox News 24 hours a day are not cutting their cable. The people who are watching, a lot of who are watching Monday Night Football are not cutting their cable. The people who are watching Saturday Night Live on television on Saturday night at 11:30 or whatever time it comes on are not cutting their cable. And also, I want to point out where my parents live in middle of nowhere, Texas, they only this year got unlimited data. And I'm not even saying that they didn't want to pay for it. It wasn't available. Like, I called their cable company and I was like, I don't understand. My parents keep saying that they can't download things because they don't have enough data. Can I just increase their package? And they said, no, you don't understand. There are not cables that are laid where they live. So the amount of data that they're given a month would only allow them to watch a 1 hour program. They could watch 1 hour. They could watch 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, and that is their data usage for the month. And that only happened this year. So yes, while we live in areas that like we actually have the ability to stream all day long, there's still a lot of people who live out there in rural areas who don't even have that ability. So you know, cable, yes, for the major metropolitan areas and areas that, you know, people love to watch. It is happening, but it's not going to go the way of the phone booth. We're still way far away from that. And I agree with you guys. There's going to be so much competition just amongst themselves that they're not going to be able to individually raise their prices because people are just going to go, okay, well, then I guess I just won't watch. The only reason why people were binge watching Friends and it was like, oh my God, Netflix lost Friends or The Office or whatever it was. The reason people were binge watching it was because they could. Because it was right there. And if all of a sudden Netflix wants to raise their prices to $50 a month, people will go, I guess I'm just not going to binge watch Friends then. I'll go binge watch what I can binge watch on Hulu or Amazon Prime. So I don't think we need to worry that much.
Question is, guys, what do you think's going to happen? How do you feel like this streaming new market is going to respond when we eventually do get to a point where cable starts to disappear? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. All right.